So I'm in the middle of another pallet board project, and I had to glue a couple planks together, but I wasn't exactly precise about it. There's not a single straight or square edge on this thing. So instead of trying to fight it, I decided to make a joiner sled for the table saw. Not just any sled. I wanted one that runs in the miter slot using the T-track. And here's what I came up with. Simple, precise, made from scraps that I had here in the shop. Let me show you how I built it.
With his instincts honed by years of hoarding potential firewood, the Homo sapien DIY Maximus approaches the sacred scrap pile. Amid chaos and clutter, he discovers a surprisingly pristine shelf board, abandoned long ago, yet full of promise. With his prize secured, he returns to the build undeterred. He searches through a box of forgotten tools inherited from his father. Among the relics, an old set of calipers, no frills, no flash, just cold, accurate nostalgia. The calipers spring to life once more, tasked with measuring a scrap of oak, because precision, like sawdust, is everywhere in this shop. The crank turns. The board enters. The exit, dramatic. Still too thick. All right, now it's time for a bit more cranking. Still not quite. Even more cranking. The tension builds. At last, perfection, 3/8 of an inch achieved. The miter slot demands exactly 3/4 of an inch. No more, no less. The builder adjusts his fence accordingly while second-guessing everything. The saw awakens. The board enters. Somewhere off-camera, a tiny voice whispers, "Measure twice, dummy." The runner is placed into the slot. The test begins. A 2x4 glides across the surface. No bumps, no binding. The builder allows himself a moment of pride before pretending it was never in doubt. A quick sanding pass, not too much, just enough to make it feel like he knows what he's doing. The runner is trimmed to length. First one end, then the other. Precision matters. Burrs are banished with a final sanding, leaving the oak ready for its destiny beneath the sled. A single mark at 3 feet, where precision meets commitment. One cut. Not enough. Flip it. Cut again, hope it lines up. Classic workshop math. With the oak runner nestled into the miter slot, super glue is applied, not for strength, but for timing. The sled is pressed into place against the fence, with care and just a little awkwardness. Once the glue sets, the sled is flipped, and reality kicks in. We need screws. Pilot holes drilled, countersinks improvised, screws installed. Back over it goes, but wait, it's backwards. Flipped again, crisis averted. A scrap 2x4 is chosen as a handle. Elegant? No. Functional? Probably. Screw holes marked countersinks made, with what may or may not be the right bit. And finally, the first test glide, and it works. The sled lives. Now in place, the sled must be cut to size. A single pass through the blade will define its cutting edge and complete its transformation from raw parts to precision jig. He cuts a 6-inch strip from a melamine board, soon to be the majestic perch of the toggle clamps. Probably not matching ones, but still. The newly cut clamp rail is measured precisely, 34.5 inches. A clean chop, and it's ready for mounting. With the sled in place, the clamps are arranged. Placement, confident, symmetrical, questionable. And then he notices something. One clamp is not like the others. But confidence is key. Double thumbs up, totally nailed it. The first clamp goes in smooth. The second, not so much. Something's wrong. But what? Screws go in anyway. DIY philosophy, figure it out later. The third clamp is installed without drama, the top board secured, but that middle clamp still suspicious. Then realization strikes.
So it turns out all toggle clamps aren't created equal. I thought when I bought these, I bought all the same type, but I was wrong. But apparently, this one's a rebel. This one stands up like it's saluting something. The others laying low, like they're hiding from something. Kind of like me before coffee. I'm convinced this is a test. But joke's on whoever's giving me the test because I'm rolling with it. Yeah.
The pallet board is secured. All 3 clamps engage, cooperative at last like they were always meant to be. The saw powers on. The sled moves forward. The blade bites cleanly through rough, uneven edge and transforms it. The board is released, freed from its flaws. He inspects the cut and finds something remarkable. Achieving perfection? The fence is set. A second pass is made. The once wild plank now tamed. He lifts the board, one eye down the edge, searching for truth. And there it is, parallel sides, smooth, square, ready.
It worked!